Hi there.
Hi everyone.
I should take my glasses off. Oh, sorry. My driving glasses, all right? Yeah, honest.
So we've just been doing the second part of our rangefinder in the field and some more in the classroom. That's been fun.
Especially the maths bit.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out what my calculation was now. But yeah, it was a bit damp today. Thankfully, it wasn't raining. Well, it was just like raining as we were packing up, wasn't it? So that's not too bad.
What about? I mean, personally, I think I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
But I expect nowhere near enough the level needed. But then again, we've still got quite a few lessons to go, haven't we?
Exactly. So we're nowhere near the level of what the guys were doing originally back then, but that's to be expected.
And then again, it's been we've tried to replicate it as much as possible, as in literally starting from zero. You know.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just trying to get your head round these things. Yeah.
And we were specifically told not to study at home because they wouldn't have done that. They would have done it during the lessons. So you know, that's been good.
Exactly.
It was great today actually because we've done quite a few theory, quite a few of the theory classroom lessons already. So it's been pretty cool to actually get into the field for the first time and actually start to use the instrument and take our first ranges and then understand that there's still so much to do. I think we're just taking it the wrong way. So look, will it recalculate?
No, I think we're right.
I think we're okay so far. No, we're wrong.
Well, I'm hoping I get home safely.
Yeah, well, I don't know. This is taking us around. Was it werewolves? Werewolves ahead?
I think so. Or bear left, I don't know.
So what have you most enjoyed about this, Jake?
I think obviously that the classroom stuff's been interesting. It's just getting in the field part was really good. Just getting a feel for the actual equipment in an actual environment that you'd be using it in. I think it's been really good. It puts everything into perspective. Like, yeah, there's a lot to this. There's a lot to this because you've got to take as many ranges down as you can. Then you can get your average. And that's only part of it. You've got to do the calculations for that and everything along those lines, as well as every single part of the instrument itself, or the rangefinder.
Which I can now very professionally name every part. That was a bit of cheating at home. Oh no. But what I've really actually kind of really enjoyed about this is ages and ages ago, I really thought, wouldn't it be really cool to be able to actually take part in the training at the time?
Exactly.
You know, and follow as close as possible to the letter as it will be done. Now, while that's not technically 100% possible, we really are doing everything we can to follow it as students. And we've got an instructor, you know, who's obviously it's Richard. He knows his stuff. But even Richard's learning here along the way. This is the first time we've done this, and hopefully this is going to be the start of one hell of an amazing adventure.
Yeah, because it's on Richard's perspective, it's one thing reading a manual, another thing teaching it. So and
another thing learning it.
exactly. So
but if this is successful, we'll be able to try. You know, the idea is moving on to bayonet courses, Bren courses, and eventually the full Vickers MG. You know, course, which
the icing on the cake.
Yeah. Now that, and especially the Bren stuff, that's the stuff that's going to involve live firing. That's where, you know, we're really pushing at the moment to get as much support as we can on Patreon, because it's not cheap, and we don't get funding.
Every penny counts.
And right now, even group visits have stopped, you know, to the museum because of COVID. And there's no way we can fund it out of our own pocket. A day's live firing with a Vickers machine gun at a range
is an expensive day trip.
Is ridiculously expensive that we would have to fund out of our own pocket. So hopefully, you know, these courses will spark some interest and some support. But from my point of view, new to the entire reenacting scene, wow, you know, 6 months ago I wasn't doing anything, and now I'm learning how to authentically become a range taker. It's part of the rangefinder course. But, I mean, keep it going. This is good.
I think so enthusiastic about the whole thing, and it's just like when you're doing it, like there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to sort of focus on. So, but at the end of the day, we're learning, and it's an experience in itself. And you realise, like, these guys who originally did this, like, if say even at that sort of time period as well, like say maths wasn't say most.
Well, I took maths. Yeah. Okay. So, number one, we're so used to using calculators.
Yeah.
Number two, I think the average squaddie, doesn't know long division any more than I did.
Exactly.
So we struggled a bit on that. Had to think a bit. A bit of pressure knowing we were being filmed, and of course that Richard might throw a fucking machine gun at us or something if we got it wrong.
Because we want to get it right, so the best that we can. So when we actually use the equipment, we actually know what we're doing.
It's part of it.
Exactly.
You take your average. I mean, you take as many. You're going back to just talking about the actual rangefinder. We have to go back. You take as many readings as possible. You get the average. From there, you start to be able to calculate. You can start to calculate your error. And there's still a lot to learn, but considering when we started, I knew nothing. I just thought something. I thought you'd just look through the thing and twiddle of it, and then he'll come up and say that's 300 yards away.
The same actually.
Absolutely different than that.
Yeah, there's a whole method to the madness, basically.
It is madness. I think they were. Well, I was going to say they were clever chaps, but at the same point, the range taker was specifically selected because they were good, the bright ones.
Exactly.
Sorry that Richard got us.
Sort of scraping the bottom of the barrel a bit.
Yeah, it was a very
especially when it comes to maths.
It was a very small barrel to start with, and we were the last ones.
Yeah, small but deep. Oh dear, I don't know, but it's been an experience, and I'm really looking forward to what comes next. Really, so the next stage is the rangefinder, and then on to any other training manuals that we'll be doing in the future. I think
that's going to be
amazing,
absolutely brilliant.
So hopefully with the new year and whatever happens after COVID, so we'll have to wait and see, really.
Yes, while we pile back down into lockdown.
Starting, well, it's going to be discussed. Wednesday.
Today we got a lot done. So we did loads of filming, which will hopefully see us through this this lockdown period.
Poor Kevin's got to edit it though, so most of it anyway.
There's going to be a lot of editing because multiple cameras. Because of course we could have gone old school and just like put one camera in the corner, but then we wouldn't see people, us as students involved, different angles. So it's been multiple cameras. None of us are professional filmmakers, so there's a lot of learning along the way, and the editing is going to be
just technical problems with cameras and in general as well. Some turning off when they don't.
Turning off and on, and then you got to work it out. And but don't worry, it's only poor me that's got to do it. But excellent. I'm totally buzzing as usual. Loads done, loads learnt. It's great to wear the old BD and the equipment.
My trousers sadly ripped a bit, so that's fun.
Yes, but that was because you had too much ginger cake.
That is true. Jamaican.
What was it? Jamaican
ginger cake.
Jamaican ginger cake.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, it was so good. Yeah, I think. Actually, Richard, if you see the tins empty.
Yum. We're going to buy more.
Buy more.
More cake.
I think it was homemade.
It might have been actually. It was really nice. Very nice. Yeah. So
brilliant day. Absolutely brilliant day.
Look out for the new parts coming out soon. It should be up in parts as the ones previously have been before.
If I get my editing finger out of my arse, it should be released next Friday will be the next lesson, and if you're a Patreon you get exclusive footage before. Well,
so please,
you get early.
If you feel generous, please if you feel like supporting the channel,
that way you get to see good content, and we get to carry on doing this fun stuff.
Exactly. It all progresses into something much more magical. Yeah, definitely. So really appreciate you guys watching. So
see you later.
From me and Kevin. Bye.
So. Be good.
270. 272 yards. First range. So the tripods and some of these short stands infantry we've talked about, that can come out to be placed on the floor. You remember how to it will be described as left or right setting, so left +2, +3, left or right. Let's say we'll work all that out in coincidence adjusting settings.